Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 188th episode of Tones Takes, and hey, let's talk about sex, right? Who doesn't like to talk about sex? There's this article that I would love to share with you all from Yahoo News. It's a new Australian law that requires that all partners must say yes, yes, out loud. The nuances of sexual consent have been on the table recently thanks to the Me Too movement, and one state in Australia is trying to clarify what consent should actually look like. Okay, what does sexual consent look like to you all? Comment below. The new law states in effect that if you want to have sex, you must ask for it clearly and then hear a verbal yes back, which means you must say, "Excuse me, madam, with the beautiful hair, may I penetrate you tonight?" And if she doesn't say yes, then you cannot penetrate her in any way. So, these are the new reforms announced by New South Wales government in Australia. New South Wales. The state, which is on the east coast of Australia, Sydney is its capital, has placed sexual consent at the core of a strategy to battle sexual assault after a high-profile rape case seemed to show that the existing laws did not protect victims at all. In one of the cases, there was this man named Luke Lazarus. What a great name. He was acquitted of rape after a 5-year criminal legal battle, despite a jury and 2 judges finding the woman, who was at the time 18 years old, had not consented to sex with him behind his father's nightclub back in 2013. While the jury found the woman had not consented, the legal issue was if Lazarus knew she was not consenting. I could just go off on a whole different tangent here with this story. How do you not know if someone is consenting or not? Uh, I haven't seen the case, a 5-year legal battle, but this is interesting. This is really interesting. I might have to look into this one a little bit more. How do you not know that someone's not consenting? Both conditions are required to prosecute successfully. So, in this case, the woman can't just say no. Lazarus somehow has to understand that she's not consenting, which is just really weird. So under this new package, which also seeks to protect against sexual harassment in the workplace, a $1 million advertising campaign will teach people how to obtain a clear yes. The campaign will target young adults in bars and clubs via social media with messages like "no means no" and "silence is not a yes." How in the world is this going to help anyone? There was a report that the Minister for the Prevention of Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault, Prue Goward, wants the campaign to shift to cultural attitudes around what constitutes sexual assault and make it second nature to request verbal consent. According to an Australian publication called Women, sexual assaults in North South Wales have risen, with the latest figures revealing a 12% increase in victims in the last 12 months. More than 13,000 incidents were reported to New South Wales police in 12 months. So it's interesting that again, this Luke Lazarus guy had no idea that this woman was not consenting. It's kind of crazy, and the fact that they're just going to say, hey, you just got to get a yes. Who? How does that change anything? Because a woman or a man can still say yes one minute and not really mean it. They might feel like they're backed into a corner. They might feel like they have to do this act to either get away from this or anything. So how does that yes constitute anything? So here are a few other ideas. How about a sex contract? You know, just Dave Chappelle came up with this. Write up a contract, have it on you handy anytime so that you both can sign it. That way everyone's read it and understands it. You can kind of just take a step back and actually each person sign it. Better yet, get a notary involved. There's nothing better than having a third party involved that can sign and stamp your contract and be ready. Just have them with you, like a wingman. Have a notary wingman or wing woman. Also, this might not be a bad idea. Have a breathalyzer test, because how many times do we hear things like, oh, the girl was drunk, or she was high or inebriated or something, and she said yes, but she didn't mean it, blah, blah, blah. If you have one of these bad boys ready, you have her take that or him take that. If they're over that drinking limit or whatever, then just off limits. Here's another good idea. Just call 911. Say, hey, look, this is an emergency. I'm about to have sex with this chick. I need you to hear her say yes. They might be like, what? What are you talking about? But still, it's an emergency. Or just record it. Just get a recording, a voice recording. That way, if ever it does come back, you can at least say, hey, look, I have this recording here. They clearly said yes or no and whatever. Or this is the best idea I have. everyone's doing this lately. Whenever something is happening, just post it live on Instagram TV, on YouTube, on Facebook Live. Whenever something bad is happening, just record it. So if you feel like things are going awry, or you need to make sure that other people know what happened, just put it on Facebook Live. But I don't understand how this new law in Australia, a partner must say yes out loud, is really going to help, because it still comes down to he said, she said at the very end of it. And how do you get out of that? So this is just a very stupid law, Australia. I don't understand it. But let me know what you guys think. And if you have any other creative ideas on how to obtain and ensure that consent has been given, let me know in the descriptions below. Thank you, and I will hope to see you all tomorrow. Peace out!